Hi, everybody, and welcome to another episode of our Copilot Newsroom, where you get to hear everything that is new in Copilot. And we have a lot to cover this week, so let's jump in. We have, first of all, a ton of new user capabilities that have come out. Something interesting, I was taking a look at the Microsoft Roadmap site, and in the past year, there have been over 144 new end user feature functionality or updates. That doesn't include all of the agents, extensibility, and capabilities, and why a show like ours is so important for you to be able to just keep up on the really important things that are going to affect you, your users, and your organization. So today we'll start with some new user capabilities that are currently rolling out. We'll then move into some of the new IT admin capabilities. And finally, we'll wrap it up with some of the Copilot agent and extensibility new features and functionality that are coming to tools like Agent Builder, and the different engines that are now available. So let's jump in. A little bit about Reply. Uh, my name is Stephen Rose. I'm a senior adoption change management consultant with Reply. Reply is a company made up of over 16,000 people. We're a conglomerate of 200 companies spread across 38 offices in places around the world, and many of them near you. We are really this very coordinated network of technology and system integration companies, and our purpose and this model allows us to be agile and innovative, to be able to stay close to our customers and build best-in-class technology solutions. We are absolutely 100% Microsoft at our heart. We are a Microsoft solutions partner. Across all of the different areas from adoption change management, to our technical security and adoption guidance. So if you are thinking about rolling out Copilot, or even if you're looking for a custom solution, we encourage you to reach out to us because we are there to help aid you in your process. And if there's more than a niche need that you'll find in your organization, you'll probably find that we here at Reply are perfect for that fit. Our combination of modern work strategy, focusing in on user experience and design, finding the right build, migration, or implementation, and pursuing the most effective adoption change management strategy customized for you really allows the solutions we enact to be much more robust and comprehensive for your needs. We recognize that all roles in your organization have a part to play to help make change happen. We aim to implement more effective and tangible solutions around that. We approach change from the following strategy. We like to make sure that we align our modern work strategy and a path forward, prioritizing people and adoption management mixed with UE and design. This allows us to effectively build and implement solutions. We also have a lot of specialties. We encourage you to reach out to us if you have any questions at all regarding any of these tools, whether you're looking to, upgrade business apps, maybe migrate your platforms, you're looking to increase automation, better leverage AI, or need guidance on strategy and governance. Our experts will meet you where you are. If you need more information about these things, let us know. We would love to talk to you about how our experience and how we can bring that experience to your organization. It's been an incredible year for Copilot, as well as Viva tool rollouts, and a lot of other things that have been released that are really changing how we how we perceive, look at, and pursue our goals with AI. So, with that said, let's introduce the rest of the folks who are going to be joining me today. As I said, my name is Stephen Rose. I'm a senior adoption consultant out of our home office in Chicago. Joining me today will be Will Lee. He is our senior Microsoft 365 consultant, also out of Chicago. And Sharon Abrams, our M365 consultant, also out of Chicago. But you'll notice it changed to Seattle because even though I'm out of the Chicago office, I'm located in Seattle, which gives us a great opportunity, no matter where you're at, for us to find a time zone that works well for you. Let's jump into some new user capabilities. Our first one, Work IQ. There's been a lot of interest around Work IQ. This update really improves how Copilot works inside of Excel by automatically grounding it in the most relevant work context. There's been a lot of frustration on I'm doing these things, but it won't put it into the spreadsheet, and Work IQ really helps solve that issue. When users edit with Copilot, Work IQ brings in context from emails, meetings, chats, and files without the user needing to manually reference any of it. And that richer context that Copilot can perform more accurate and complex multi-step edits that better reflect what's actually happening with the user's work. This means Excel outputs are aligned to current priorities, relationships, and decisions rather than just an isolated spreadsheet data. Makes it faster, more intelligent, and you're doing just less prompting overall to get to what you're looking for. This capability rolled out in March. Next up is how Copilot can now take multi-step edits to modern Excel workbooks that are stored locally. So what this does is this takes where Copilot can be used in Excel by supporting modern workbooks that are stored locally on a user's device. Copilot can now perform multi-step edits on Excel files saved locally on both Windows and Mac, removing that dependency on cloud-stored files. So if you have something local, you can now have the same power of Excel that previously you only had with cloud-saved files. This gives you a lot more flexibility in how you work and how you want to work, especially in scenarios where files can't or perhaps should not be moved to the cloud. Most importantly, users get that same intelligence, multi-step Copilot experience, whether the workbook lives locally or in the cloud. Capabilities rolled out in March and help make Copilot and Excel a more inclusive, real-world tool. Citations. I love this new feature. Very often when you're writing in Word, it will show you kind of in the original over on the right-hand panel some of the tabs to get to, but it would be great to have all the citations listed in its own panel, and Copilot's now doing that to help improve trust and transparency when using Copilot to edit documents in Word. When Copilot generates or edits content using information from web sources or from Work IQ content, citations are now automatically displayed inline. This makes it much easier for users to see where information comes from, helping them to quickly validate sources and verify accuracy as they work. It also ensures more reliable referencing across Copilot-assisted edits, which is incredibly important for formal document reviews, collaborative writing, etc. And overall, this change increases confidence in Copilot-generated content, allowing you to see where it came from, be able to click that link easily, and be able to get to where you want to go. I do want to pause for a second and remind everybody, if you do have any questions, please go to the Q&A, type them in there, and one of our experts online will be happy to answer them for you. We'll try to get through as many as we can during the session today. Standardization of format with Copilot and PowerPoint. PowerPoint is continually adding new features and functionality to meet the needs and expectations of users, and this is really that next step. This feature is about removing friction from slide cleanup, something I have a lot of issues with, and I'm very excited about this feature. So with Edit with Copilot, a user can standardize the entire presentation in just one action, instead of having to go through and manually fix fonts on every single slide, bullets on every single slide, different font sizes, styles across the deck. This will allow you to say, hey, I want every slide to have these fonts, this look, this feel, and be able to do it. And that's a closer step towards fully embracing the ability to templatize, automatically templatize your work in Copilot. The real value here is just to have that consistency. By enforcing that unified design, the presentation looks more polished and professional without a lot of extra work from the author. And because formatting is handled for you, you can spend more time refining the message, storytelling, rather than that look, feel, and layout details. This capability is already in PowerPoint on the web. It's rolling out to Mac and Windows as we speak, and making it just more consistent across all PowerPoint platforms. Copilot Notebooks. This is a great feature. If you've not played with it, I encourage you to go to the M365 Copilot app or homepage, click on Notebooks on the side rail, and you'll see it. They've done some revamping. I think it's long overdue and much appreciated. The update focuses on really improving how users work within Copilot Notebooks. So they've refreshed the interface. It now brings the Copilot page content and Copilot chats into a single side-by-side view. What did I ask? What was the output? So users can now move between context, content, and conversation without losing focus. The notebooks also now include a richer reference set, so you know where that information came from. Faster creations, improvements to Copilot to accelerate artificial creation within the notebooks, and improve collaboration so that you can more easily share your notebooks. Sharing them with teammates has never been simpler and support smoother collaboration and reuse. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Sharon Abrams.
All right, thank you. So moving on into some other end user updates for this month, we have quite a few, like we mentioned earlier, but one of the ones that we're excited about is that ability to have now video recaps of meetings within M365 Copilot Chat. So in the past, while we've been able to see a transcript or a sort of automatic recording and just notes of it, this new update now allows the end user to actually see a video recap that pairs with a written or verbal insight, allowing you to quickly catch up on what matters most. So if you are an audio-visual learner, think of this as a great way for you to actually be able to digest that information on the go, be able to listen to it and recap information. So users will now get short content clips that will have decision, insights, and key discussion points. So you can say goodbye to the days of scrubbing through videos, trying to find the content when you're on the go or in a rush, and leverage this new recap functionality to be able to get to the answers that you're looking for with ease. Looking at audio recap and its availability here. This rolled out last month, but we now have audio recap additionally supporting other languages, specifically Chinese, French, German, Italian, Japanese, Portuguese, and Spanish. This initially rolled out in English, where users are able to have an audio recap as they're thinking about content that they're looking to listen to. And here really now we have this available for global teams. So if you are part of these regions or are able to speak these languages, think of it as another way of digesting information, listening to context instead of reading that context if you're interested in digesting information that way in a concise, narrated format. Again, this is a really neat functionality as it allows for greater expansion of the tool that has already been rolled out, and are excited to see more updates to this in the roadmap in the upcoming months as well. Again, staying in that realm of, Microsoft 365 Copilot, we now have the researcher agent that we're looking at. The researcher agent, for those of you who have not utilized it, is a really neat way of interacting with an agent that allows you to gather context, a lot of research information that it can gather from the web, and provide an in-depth source to you to be able to digest content. Using the researcher now is even easier, as it can populate those insights and give you as the end user multiple formats in which you can choose to publish those results and that report. So if you're thinking about working with different stakeholders, maybe your team, maybe it's a client or external resource, you can now use Researcher to generate a report into different formats such as PowerPoint, PDF, infographics, or audio overview formats. Again, there is a format that is available depending on the context that you're wishing to use it in. So think about no longer having to take that context and multiply or duplicate that result. Rather, you can use it all within this one space, making it just easier for you to continue to work in your current way of working. Thinking about our agents, and again, just expanding those capability. For those of you who were familiar with the knowledge agent within SharePoint, that is now rebranded to AI in SharePoint. Essentially, what this does is that it is a rebrand and an evolution of what was previously known as that knowledge agent. And now it has even greater capabilities, allowing AI in SharePoint to really be able to allow you as the end user to now work even faster within SharePoint, reduce those initial barriers to entry as well. If you are a user that works in SharePoint on the day-to-day, you can now build sites, pages, libraries, and lists, really you name it, by describing what you want in plain, simple, natural language. And AI in SharePoint will be able to utilize that and help you get up to speed. Something I'm personally really interested in and excited about, as I work in SharePoint pretty often, and this is a really neat functionality to help things be streamlined and allow you as the end user to get to all your different tasks with ease. Again, if you're not super technical by nature, this is just an easy way to use that natural language and be able to create those systems without necessarily needing to have that deep, in-depth technical background to be able to do these tasks. Again, this started and rolled out to public preview last month, and this will be rolling out worldwide in May. So if you have not had a chance to see it yet, be on the lookout, as this is a really neat functionality that is upcoming. Thinking about that AI in SharePoint, there are additional capabilities as well. If you work with SharePoint, we know that keeping and ensuring that data is consistent is really key when we think about, one, just making sure that data is secure, neat, and it's clean to be able to digest. But also with the world of Copilot and agents, they really work with having data be organized in order to get the best results. So now AI in SharePoint does allow you to structure that content over time. It starts extracting and can automatically apply that metadata, especially if you have a lot of folders, libraries, or documents that are in there. It allows AI in SharePoint allows you to actually reduce that manual effort of tagging, and it can update information consistently and keep it organized. So again, as your content continues to expand and grow, AI in SharePoint is there to actually help support and manage those changes as well. So again, thinking about making sure that your information is well organized, well maintained, and allowing for Copilot to really sift through your content and get you the results that you're looking for with ease. Again, this will be as part of that wider rollout in May, and just something that's exciting to keep an eye out for. So I'll go ahead and pass it over to Will, who'll be talking through the IT admin capabilities.
Perfect. Thank you, Sharon. So again, yeah, IT admin capabilities. Sorry. So the first thing, safeguarding web searches with Microsoft Purview data loss prevention. This is a pretty new area that helps offer some additional safeguards for organizations who have the web toggle turned on and for the Copilot. So three main things here: prompt protection. DLP can block sensitive data from being included in Copilot web search prompts, specifically organizational data. Real-time enforcement. The policies are applied instantly to reduce the risk of data leakage or oversharing. And lastly, internal grounding as well. Copilot can still generate responses using the approved internal sources, but again, we'll block out any instances of sensitive information that's been labeled through DLP here in Purview and block that from being submitted via the web query. So further expanding to safeguard prompts, again, being able to prevent sensitive organizational information from being used in AI interactions is the main goal here. Being able to do that in multiple different ways, either through prompt detection, response restriction, or via access control. So prompt detection, where admins can define policies to define certain sensitive data, such as financial information, national IDs, bank account numbers, social security numbers, essentially using sensitive information types and classifiers to categorize that sensitive data. Response restriction, Copilot can be restricted from responding to certain prompts that contain when it identifies, that certain prompt contains either those sensitive information types or classifiers, anything that the DLP policy can deem as potentially sensitive information within the prompt, and they can block the response or restrict it altogether. Policies can also block Copilot from connecting to internal data sources or performing web searches altogether whenever there is an indication of sensitive data that's been detected from within the prompt. So the last two slides, sorry, define updates that further expand Microsoft Purview DLP and the safeguards that you can put in place for the web toggle in the Copilot user experience. Admins can now manage authoritative sources within Copilot Search. Essentially, this just helps you as an IT admin dictate a certain area, so a SharePoint online site as a sort of trusted source. This will help it to improve the relevance and the order of which it comes up in Microsoft search order, so result accuracy. And again, these designated sites that you deem are authoritative sources will be ranked higher within Copilot search experiences for your users across the org. Okay, next, quickly identify individuals driving high consumption across Copilot usage-based services. So if you have any pay-as-you-go billing services enacted and you are looking to track the usage and you're noticing that there are certain users that are consuming those Copilot credits at a higher rate than others, then you may want to be notified of that type of behavior so that you can either take action on it, limit their number of usage, or just make sure that there's nothing going on wrong. Maybe there's like an automated agent that is continuously running even if it no longer needs to, that it's expending those resources, right? So being able to identify those types of individuals or outliers quickly is the sort of main idea or purpose of the introduction of this new category within the Microsoft Admin Center. So billing and usage visibility, cost insights, and license optimization. So again, being able to quickly digest all of those insights so that you can make informed decisions right away. Okay, next is domain exclusion for web grounding. So as an IT admin, just another additional layer of protection that we can employ for our end users. Essentially, you can select domains to be excluded from the web grounding, means essentially preventing Copilot from referencing those unapproved or non-compliant external sources, giving you further control over that sort of web query and making sure that there's sort of a do not allow list on the back end there that's being kept as exceptions. So compliance alignment and admin management are, again, some further benefits that we can attain from domain exclusion for web grounding and Copilot usage. Next, track user satisfaction of Microsoft 365 Copilot at scale. So this is a pretty relative small but interesting update that's coming. Analysts can now track user satisfaction through Copilot at scale within the Copilot dashboard. So essentially, it's whenever a user interacts with Copilot, they can either give a thumbs up or a thumbs down response to rate the response that was given. I know I don't always give Copilot feedback in that way. Sometimes I'll give it qualitative feedback, as in through my next prompt. So I'm not always using that thumbs up and thumbs down button, but if it is something that you're looking to track as an IT admin, something to think about, something to start maybe notifying your users a little bit more, to give more feedback, either again through sort of quantitative or qualitative metrics in the next prompt, or giving it a thumbs up or down. I know that sometimes that does have an influence over the next response that you're going to get, especially if you tell Copilot that you weren't really happy with the response that you were given. Again, this looks different depending on where you're accessing Copilot from. Sometimes if you're trying to work with Copilot within Outlook and you're drafting an email, or within Word, you're drafting a sort of outline of a document, sometimes the experience will look a little bit different in terms of how you give feedback, and if you let Copilot know that the response was not relevant, as opposed to prompting and interacting with Copilot within Copilot chat, for example. And another thing, you can perform trend analysis so that you can look up user satisfaction trends across different times and different groups as well. Okay. Next, we have new metrics to better understand common user intents and user usage patterns for Copilot. So essentially being able to understand the more granular use case scenarios for how Copilot is being used across the different applications. Copilot tasks can be monitored in the Copilot app, Edge, or OneNote. This enables app level scenarios. So again, being able to take a deeper dive and a more granular look at the different use case scenarios that are being used in Outlook, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, such as suggested reply, translate, coach, and clean data. I think we did have some pretty good tracking metrics, like summarize, drafting, coaching, right? But trying to get a little bit more granular there helps us understand how Copilot is being used, and again, help IT admins and leadership make better informed decisions around license management across the org. Secure and govern Microsoft 365 Copilot, a foundational deployment guide. So there have been some updates made to the foundational deployment guide guidance. The guide provides 3 essential steps for establishing a sort of secure and governed foundation for Copilot: remediate oversharing, implementing reliable guardrails, and then finally meeting AI-related regulatory obligations. Obviously, data hygiene and making sure that sensitive data is locked down, and what should be available to everyone at the org is made readily available. Those sorts of things, those sorts of issues have existed long before Copilot, but I always like to stress that since the introduction of Copilot and the ability that it has to index information and data at sort of machine level speeds that we've never seen before, just magnifies the need to address some of these oversharing risks and implement those reliable guardrails, right? So potential data exposure, I always like to emphasize that Copilot will never introduce any new vulnerabilities. It will just expose ones that are already there. So again, the another great resource from Microsoft, this sort of foundational deployment guide to help you take a look at what steps you need to take as an IT admin to make sure that you can have some peace of mind around Copilot usage across your organization. With the peace of mind that you have those proper guardrails and safeguards in place to prevent any sort of suspicious or unethical behavior or non-compliant, or that if there is such an instance, that you would be alerted and you would be able to take action right away. Okay, next we'll be jumping into Copilot agents and extensibility. Okay, so Copilot tuning templates in Agent Builder. This is a pretty exciting update, but there are now new Agent Builder templates that enable teams to create customized agents aligned to organizational writing styles, guidelines, and business processes. So before, I think the agents weren't specifically nuanced or niche enough to be as powerful in this space due to this new tuning update. But again, new templates will help organizations further customize these template-based agents by incorporating proprietary data, internal processes, and company standards. This includes tuning the agent's context, tools, and even the underlying language models to better reflect how work gets done across the business. This essentially will enable teams to create more tailored and consistent AI-driven outputs that align with organizational requirements, writing styles, and governance policies. This feature will be available to about to enterprises with at least 5,000 Copilot licensees, rolled out to Frontier in April, and will rolled out to GA in June, most likely. Okay, next, Copilot declarative agents are getting smarter with GPT 5.2. This update introduces an upgrade to GPT 5.2 for Microsoft Copilot declarative agents, designed to improve how agents reason, plan, and generate structured outputs across more complex scenarios. With this model update, agents are better equipped to handle multi-step tasks that require planning or iteration, as well as more reliably interact with enterprise data sources, APIs, and tools. Customers may notice improvements in document analysis, structured summaries, and formatted outputs, helping make agent-generated responses easier to consume and act on. This update is rolling out gradually to all tenants worldwide, with the expectation that this should be completed by March of this year. So again, this will be rolling out gradually and should have been completed at this point in time. So the enhanced reasoning, tool orchestration, and document analysis are all strong strong points that come along with this update. So again, if you have any declarative agents, those are some of the things that you should look to see improvements in. And if you have any sort of agents that are already stood up, you may notice that the performance or the outputs may have changed in this way. Okay, next, researcher introduces new multimodal intelligence capabilities. So the way that researcher and this researcher agent performs and sort of reasons and goes through to combine and provide you with your output has changed. Essentially, there are two models that will be running in parallel now, and multiple models, and those multiple models will help separate sort of content generation from evaluation to make sure that sort of there's a certain quality level that's provided to you. So essentially, one model, there will be multiple different instances of the researcher model running, all performing their sort of own individual research. Then they will all come together to sort of compare at the end. And then another model will be running in parallel, again, to critique those sort of researcher models that are also running in parallel, to, again, have a little bit more, some more perspectives, if you will, of sort of getting to that final response, and have another agent or a model instance of that model running and being able to improve your responses in real time. So those new multimodal intelligence capabilities have been coined the name critique and counsel, specifically for the researcher agent. And again, they're meant to they're designed to enhance the overall quality and trustworthiness of the research outputs generated by Copilot, specifically this researcher agent. Okay, so what is critique? Again, critique is it's where one AI will generate the initial research content, while a second AI independently reviews the outputs. The reviewer model will evaluate accuracy, check the strength of any claims that have been made, validate each citation, and identify any gaps or missing perspectives. This separation creates a sort of internal quality control loop that will help reduce hallucinations, strengthen factual grounding, and improve the overall structure and clarity of the search results. So again, super powerful to have the ability to have an AI run alongside the initial AI run, and have it sort of evaluate in real time and improve the responses right then and there. By emphasizing evaluation as much as generation, critique delivers more reliable, well-reasoned research outputs, especially for high-stakes or complex analysis scenarios. Okay, next is counsel. So counsel introduces alternative multi-model approach with the researcher experience that enables parallel analysis across multiple models. So critique is the model that helps sort of evaluate the research that comes out. And Council is the model that helps sort of run multiple research AI instances at the same time. So instead of generating and reviewing a single research output, Council prompts multiple models to independently produce complete reports on the same topic at the same time. These reports are then evaluated by a separate judge model, right? The critique, which highlights areas of agreements, identifies meaningful differences in interpretation of emphasis, and surfaces unique insights contributed by each model. This essentially will allow users to compare perspectives across the models and gain greater confidence in the final outputs by understanding where conclusions align or potentially diverge across different analytical approaches. So this is particularly valuable for complex or ambiguous research scenarios where multiple viewpoints can strengthen decision-making or analysis outcomes. So those are it for our Copilot agents and extensibility updates. I will now walk through a quick list of the release notes to summarize what we've sort of taken a look at. In March of 2026, we've seen a number of updates come through for the Copilot chat, a lot of updates to Copilot extensibility, some updates to Copilot apps, scatter image effect, Excel, and PowerPoint as well, in the way that we are working with them. I know that agent mode is relatively new, so again, expecting lots of updates to come in those different areas as well. The Copilot public roadmap, we always like to highlight some of the updates that we are sort of interested in or we think that you should keep an eye out for. So 36 different updates have launched for Copilot from within the Copilot public roadmap, specifically OneDrive files as knowledge sources for agents. That seems like a pretty simple one, but almost feels like it should have been there a while ago. Previously, if you wanted to assign OneDrive files as knowledge sources, you either had to move it to a SharePoint location or download it locally and upload it manually. But now OneDrive locations are available to set as knowledge sources. Rolling out Microsoft Purview data loss prevention for Copilot to safeguard prompts. Again, we talked about that in the IT admin updates, but the more protections and the more configurations and avenues we can use to stand up, again, those safeguards and protections for prompts, especially with web queries, yeah, the better and the more peace of mind that IT administrators can have when deploying a large amount of licenses out there. Okay, in development, so being able to obviously lots of items in development and rolling out as well. Video recap in Teams and spoken language detection. Some pretty exciting updates that Sharon had walked us through earlier today. Again, I think not only is it just a new way for us to consume some updates and recaps in Teams, but I think it's pretty neat for as accessibility options as features as well. I think something personally that I'm looking forward to is being able to choose different Anthropic models when editing with Copilot and Word. I'm hoping that this change also replicates across the different applications and the different Copilot avenues as well, right? So not just in Word, but in Excel and OneNote and Teams and all the other areas. I think specifically maybe in Excel is something where I'm looking forward to the most. But again, being able to choose different models is something that's super invaluable for working with AI. So being that we sort of do not have control over how those sort of models are being trained. Okay, so those are it for the updates on the public roadmap. Yeah, that is it for today's session. Thank you again for spending some time with us on this Wednesday to review and talk about some of the exciting Copilot updates that have come and are to come. If you do think of any questions, feel free to, again, drop them in the Q&A section, or if nothing else, again, thank you for joining us today, and we'll see you on the next month's call.